All right, I'm going to show you how to run local LLM or AI models for help with coding, specifically running on the NPU. So I have an ASUS ProArt P16 that is a Copilot plus PC, so it has one of the 44 TOPS NPUs or 50 TOPS, I forget. And it's fun to find things that use it. At the moment, you see occasional spikes in my NPU usage, and that's recall, taking pictures in the background. So when you use VS Code with Copilot, you can see you've got your usual models, your GPTs, Claude Sonnet, Gemini, so on. And they're all cloud-based models. You can manage models and add in other cloud-based models with your API. You can also add in local models with Ollama. So if you have Ollama running and you have models downloaded to it, you can use those models in Copilot. Now the problem there is Ollama's third-party software, so you've got to download and install something else. And also Ollama doesn't have any models that run on the NPU, and it's nice to find something that uses the NPU other than blurring the background of the camera. So we'll get rid of that for a moment. So what you're going to want is the AI Toolkit for Visual Studio Code extension. It's from Microsoft. It's in the Extensions tab. You enable that, and that gives you this tab here, which is AI Toolkit. And then we open the model catalog. And the key part here is you can search for models and you can filter by type. So you can find models that run locally on the CPU, the GPU, and what we're doing here, which is the NPU. So there's not a huge number for the NPU. We've essentially got 5, 3, and 4, Mistral, and Qwen. And I've got already installed Qwen 2.5 Coda, the 7 billion parameter model, which is about 4 gig download. Once you've added that model and you just click the add button and add it, you go back to your code, open your Copilot window, and then these things don't show up under agent mode. At least I haven't found a model that works with agent mode yet and runs on the NPU. So you need to switch to ask or edit. If we do that, you can see I've already got these set up and they appear here. To add them, you click Manage Models. And we need the screen to be full because that menu drops off the bottom. There, Manage Models, and then you want this one, Foundry Local via AI Toolkit. If you click that, there's a massive list, so you can filter that down. We downloaded an NPU model. Specifically, we downloaded Qwen 2.5 Coda, NPU, and if I tick that, that model now appears in this list. And it works just like any of the other agents or LLMs. We can say this Python script needs to print time to the command line. Obviously, this is an extremely simple case for the purposes of the demonstration. If I hit enter, you can see on the NPU usage, it takes a little while and then it cranks up and then it's using the NPU. So it's not using any GPU, it's not using any CPU, it's not particularly fast. It's using the code that I've given it, the sample.py. It generates the edits, and it does it in exactly the same way that the remote models do, the GPTs, the Claude Sonnets, and so on. If I was worried about speed, I'd download a GPU version for my NVIDIA 4070. You can see it's done that there. We can keep that. If we want to test it, we can run that code. And there's the current time. I mean, one would hope it would manage that. So if I wanted speed, I'd download one for my NVIDIA 4070 that's in this laptop, which would run much faster. But the NPU is much more efficient. It doesn't use as much power. So this is really useful if you just want little help with bits and bobs and you're on the train or the airplane and you don't have internet access, or you're dealing with code that you can't have going to remote file servers and so on. And it's also just fun to get the NPU being used for something other than taking a screenshot every so often or blurring the background of a camera. I hope this was helpful. Please do like and subscribe, as is the way, if it was useful.